Hey, what's up guys, it's Sal here, and this is the Tecno Pouvoir 3 Plus, which is the immediate successor to the Pouvoir 3, which are both entry-level devices and are in the Pouvoir series. The Pouvoir series is famed for having huge battery capabilities. For a frame of reference, the Pouvoir 3 has 5000 mAh and the Pouvoir 3 Plus has 6000 mAh. I've had it for over a month now and I've been able to use it for quite a few tasks and was able to drain the battery to an extent. In this video, I'll unbox and give my review after this time on the Pouvoir 3 Plus, and I will be comparing it to the Pouvoir 3. I've provided timestamps at the description of this video, so if you want to jump to a section, you're welcome to check to see exactly what you're looking for. Without further ado, let's get to the video. Firstly, in the box of the Pouvoir 3 Plus, you get the device itself with all the features that Tecno is teasing, especially that 6000 mAh battery for 5 days. It's 4G capable, 32GB of storage, Google Assistant is more prominent from what we can see here, and in my previous video about the newly released Camon 12 and 12 Pro, you can see clearly the similar Google Assistant button that they share. There are more features which we'll look into later, but we'll continue on that. Underneath all that is the SIM ejector tool. We get these new Tecno headphone designs which are more reminiscent of AirPods from Apple. We get the charging cable and the power adapter. Underneath that is the usual 12 plus 1 month warranty card with the terms, and we'll get the onboarding experience card for Google Assistant, and further down is the specification manual and a nice soft touch case. As I took the wrap off the Pouvoir 3 Plus, I'm seeing a 6.35-inch glossy panel and another shiny polycarbonate material on the back. The back of this phone has a striking resemblance to its elder brother, the Phantom 9, with the stripe pattern on the back, only that it's not a gradient design on the Pouvoir 3 Plus. However, when you look at the predecessor, which is the regular Pouvoir 3, you notice the straight down stripe on the back, which has the camera, flash and branding inside. Still on the back of the Pouvoir 3 Plus is a triple camera setup here, 30MP main shooter, 8MP wide angle and 2MP depth sensor. It's pretty close to the triple camera setup on the Phantom 9, and the only difference is that instead of 13 on the Pouvoir 3 Plus, we've got 16MP on the Phantom. We've got the flash, Pouvoir branding, fingerprint reader and the Tecno branding. We've got nothing on the top, and on the right side is where we've got the power button and the volume rockers. The left side has the Google Assistant button and the dual SIM and micro SD card slot. On the regular Pouvoir 3, there are two slots on either side, one for the SD card and the other for the micro SD card, which I don't think people use anymore. The bottom of the Pouvoir 3 Plus has got the speaker, the regular USB port, microphone and the headphone jack. The Pouvoir 3 Plus is 9.2mm thick, while the regular Pouvoir 3 is 8.5mm thick. And of course, you know that they have 6000 and 5000 mAh batteries respectively. I think this is a major attribute to their size differences. And of course, the Pouvoir 3 Plus is slightly taller than the Pouvoir 3. In the front of the Pouvoir 3 Plus is the 16MP selfie camera, the earpiece right above it, and it has this dual flashlight which we've been seeing on the recent Tecno devices. Booting and setting up was about 2 minutes and is straight into iOS 5.0.2 on the Tecno Pouvoir 3 Plus. This is the same shared version with the Tecno Camon 12, the regular Camon 12 and not the 12 Pro, and it's pretty much familiar with the Tecno features, you know, the side panel on the app side with tools to get to shortcuts and apps, the bike mode in the control center, but this time around we've got a lot of bloatware in form of games and quick games, but on the bright side they could be fun if you're into that. I wish it was a bit free of it or little. There's no side panel on the older Pouvoir 3 though. I'd say that the display was generally brighter on the Pouvoir 3 Plus, and the colors are definitely more vibrant because it's an OLED panel compared to LCD on the regular Pouvoir 3. The Pouvoir 3 Plus is slightly taller, as I said, and in terms of color variants, each of them or both of them have black, blue and this champagne gold variant. We get a 720p display, 720 by 1548 in terms of resolution, and of course viewing YouTube or streaming in general is capped at 720p, which still leaves me wanting more to be desired. I also noticed some banding on the LCD panel of the Pouvoir 3, while the OLED on the Pouvoir 3 Plus looked very nice. What distinguished both quite well are their notches. The Pouvoir 3 utilized a more dated notch, while the Pouvoir 3 Plus has a dewdrop notch at the top. Other than that, I wish it was a higher display quality, but considering the price at about 47,000 naira for the POVA 3 Plus and 40,000 naira for the normal POVA 3, a 7,000 naira difference apart is still sort of manageable. Okay, moving on, I also have nothing to compare to it, as nearly all the new devices this year are 720p except for the Phantom 9, which is more top of the line for the Tecno brand, and it's 1080p. Both the POVA 3 and the POVA 3 Plus are very different in terms of their body designs. The regular POVA 3 utilizes a single camera on the back, while the POVA 3 Plus utilizes a triple camera setup, which is a major upgrade. The back of the POVA 3 has a stripe down the middle compared to the subtle inscription all over the back of the POVA 3 Plus. They both aren't super heavy devices, but the POVA 3 Plus weighs quite more than the POVA 3, and on a scale that's 193 for the POVA 3 Plus and 166 for the POVA 3. In terms of user interface, the POVA 3 utilizes a gold look throughout with default apps and the accents as well as the background. This is something you can either love or not love. Tecno goes for a more softer approach on the POVA 3 Plus, and there is more clutter on the POVA 3 Plus in my opinion. The POVA 3 Plus runs on Android 9 based on iOS 5.0.2, while the regular POVA 3 runs on Android 8 Oreo based on 4.1.0. Another reason why it may not be on your radar, considering that Android 10 is here in the last quarter of 2019. One neat feature of iOS on the POVA 3 Plus specifically is multiple accounts. I've not seen this feature on any other iOS device, and they were up to date. Even on the iOS 5.5, which is higher in the Camon 12 Pro, doesn't have this feature. Apparently, you can open two different WhatsApp or Instagram accounts on the same phone. Basically, any of the 4 Facebook company accounts, you can open 2 of them on here. In terms of performance, the POVA 3 Plus is quite better than the POVA 3, even when you look at the price difference. The POVA 3 Plus has a 12nm octa-core processor in the Helio P22, while the regular POVA 3 has a 28nm quad-core processor. Both phones' processors are from MediaTek. In terms of my actual usage and performance, I did enjoy gaming and using it overall. That's the POVA 3 Plus. I did experience minor lags, but it wasn't anything that would have made me throw the phone away, unlike the POVA 3. You would enjoy social media and watching videos generally on the POVA 3 Plus, and I prefer it over the POVA 3. POVA 3 Plus has 3GB of RAM compared to 2GB of RAM on the POVA 3. They both have 32GB of storage though, and battery life is where another significant or not so significant distinction happened. Okay, something I usually do to benchmark my battery life is a 1-hour gaming test, and while I'm gaming, I record the screen, which stresses these phones a lot. I did that with PUBG for both the POVA 3 and the 3 Plus, and on the POVA 3 Plus, I started gaming at 88%, and after 1 hour, it went down to 77%. It felt quite warm to the touch here, but it wasn't anything drastic. Now, after 1 hour of gaming on the POVA 3, however, from 90%, it went down to 79% for 1 hour. So guess what? Basically, from my tests, after 1 hour of scene recorded gaming, both phones went down by 11% at the same time, which is interesting. In terms of unlocking method, they both utilize physical fingerprint scanners, and it was slightly faster on the POVA 3 Plus. You also get face unlock, but it's mainly a picture method as opposed to 3D depth scanning, but it works. Again, much faster on the POVA 3 Plus as opposed to the POVA 3. Also, during my usage, I mistakenly pressed the Google Assistant button a lot, and some people who use my phone would assume it's a power button because of how it's colored. I would have taken a colored power button instead of a dedicated Google Assistant button, but if you can get used to it, it's fine. Other things to note are that the regular POVA 3 comes with Bluetooth 4.2, while the POVA 3 Plus has Bluetooth 5.0. They are both USB 2.0, but the POVA 3 Plus is a reversible connector. Also, the charging indicator is constant when the screen is off on both of them. However, I found that the POVA 3 had a more consistent notification feedback. I thought the phone call quality was just fine, and I personally use the POVA 3 Plus a lot more for basic things like that. Both phones have a single speaker at the bottom, and in my experience, I didn't use it often. I lean more towards wireless headphones, but here is how they sound. In my experience, the POVA 3 Plus and the POVA 3 both sound a bit scratched up and lacking much bass, but again, the POVA 3 Plus sounded a little bit better in my ears. Also, there's quite a lot of adverts on this phone, so if that's something that you're not into, well, it may be a turn off. In terms of cameras, they both utilize 13-megapixel cameras on the front, and the back is where everything changes. The back of the POVA 3 Plus has a triple camera setup which shoots 8-megapixel ultra wide, 13-megapixel wide, and 2-megapixel for depth. The POVA 3 itself is a single 30-megapixel back camera sensor. In terms of photos, here are my thoughts. There's portrait mode on both the Povo 3 and the 3 Plus. However, there's no dedicated depth sensor on the regular Povo 3. Even when I tested the Povo 3 Plus with another similar device to the Povo 3, the 3 Plus always did better. Selfies were okay, but overly saturated on the Povo 3, and it's kind of washed out on the Povo 3 Plus. They represented their reds and greens well, and again, the regular Povo 3 saturation was just cranked up a bit compared to the Povo 3 Plus. This is noticeable throughout, and even in the yellows, you can see how saturated it looks, and I still just like the Povo 3 Plus a lot more in this regard.
Alright guys, so this is the front-facing camera video quality of the Tecno Povo 3 Plus and the Tecno Povo 3, the regular Tecno Povo 3. Let me know what you think about both of these cameras in the comment section down below. As far as I can tell, they both have, you know, the same exposure levels at the back, where they keep the subject in focus and blow everything else in the background out. Just let me know what you guys think about the video quality as well as the sound quality in the comment section down below. Which of the skin tones do you prefer? Which of the colors do you prefer? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below.
That's pretty much it for my review and comparison of the Povo 3 and 3 Plus. The obvious choice is the Povo 3 Plus because of all the value it has over the predecessor. It's faster and it's better looking, and I think it's worth it if you're out to look for a battery on your device, you know, a large battery. As I mentioned on Twitter, I'll be giving 2 devices, and it has come to that. The Povo 3 Plus is one of the devices I'll be giving away, so do share this video, like it if you found it useful, share with your friends to get knowledge of these products. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications so that you don't miss out on the next upload. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching this one, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.